Alright, so in terms of quality, I'm not sure how good this video is going to be. I have my laptop set up on my bed, and my mat's being weird, and I'm not even in really the video. But, hey, I'm Tahan, and I top 4 to regional this weekend, past Maryland regional, and this deck is just too awesome not to do a video of. So, Tyree Tinsley gave me the deck the day I came in. I was like, not having a deck. I know I had a pile of cards, as I usually do. I already had my regional win, and like I was kind of mad I couldn't be at ARG Columbus, but ended up showing up at like 8:30. Asked Tyree, "Hey Tyree, you got a deck?" He's like, "Just run my deck. It's broken." And he's like Mocha voice or whatever, and I did. I ran it card for card. He sent me the deck list, and he said like a friend of his, someone from Canada or like Australia or some country that's not here, made it with him like the night before, and thought it was pretty good. So I didn't care. I just wanted a deck. And so it's 43 card control. The goal of the deck is to kind of do what Billy's deck did, but more consistently and less like bricky and I don't know how else to explain it. But going into the deck, going into the tournament, I had never run a Shutall deck before, so I didn't really know what I was doing at all. I'm like a Burning Abyss player, but this deck's mostly Shuttles, and I made a few errors early in the tournament that I'll talk about later, but overall, I went 8-1 at the end of the day and got 4th place, so I got a shitty deck box. But, yeah, let's get into the deck. Ooh, I don't want to start with the spill. Okay. Sorry. It runs like 2 of every Shutall, so we'll try. 2 Shutall Beast, 2 Dragon, 2 Hedgehog, 2 Squamata, 2 Falco. So that's 10. It's pretty good. Going into the Burning Abyss, we got 1 Seer, 3 Skarm, best card of the deck, and 3 Graph, pretty good as well. We have 3 Curry Bandit. I'm just kidding, that's the best card of the deck. 2 Mathematician. I'll talk about this card later. I feel like it was okay at times. Like Math Falco set games is pretty good play, but I probably would have only ran 1. But I just net decked this, so like I just ran Tyree's list, didn't even know. 2 tour guides, you saw them out a lot, and 1 outstanding dog Maron. I drew this card like 80 times, and it was still broken. Wish I drew more. 1 Beginning of the End, 1 Allure of Darkness, 1 Super Poly, and 3 Shutall Fusions. That's like your Unbreaker. If you open this card, you win. Traps. 3 Carbon Cut, 3 Phoenix Wing Blast, 3 Shadow Games, 2 Emptiness, and 1 Compulse. I don't know how I feel about like a lot of these choices, but like I said, I just net decked it. Going in, I probably would have ran 3 Emptinesses, but Tyree was like, "No, just trust, like you're gonna Brit or whatever." So it was good. Basically, my understanding is the premise of this deck is that Wing Blast is the most broken trap card in the game, and Shutall is the most broken deck in the game, and you want to find a way to run both. And this deck does that pretty well. I'm going to go into the extra deck first. I don't know why. Alright, 1 Arcanite, 1 Black Rose, 1 Goyo, 1 Leo. I'm going to say right now the Black Rose should have been an Arm 80s. I didn't have a 5. That was really relevant, like all tournament. Tyree actually ran Arm 80s. He's like, "Yeah, I caught Black Rose, by the way." I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we're supposed to run on the same deck. I guess that's why he got 9th. But that happens. 2 Downards, 1 Alucard, 1 Nightmare Shark, 1 Zen Mains. Cards aids. 2 Dantes, 2 Winda, 2 Construct. I would probably swap out Zen Mains for a 3rd Dante. As like bad as it seems, it comes up a lot. Like, so you're gonna with this deck, you're gonna have duels that are mostly motivated by Shuttalls, which is like the primary number of them, and then you're gonna have some games that you just win with Burning Abyss. You don't even see a Shuttal card. And those games that are like really grindy, a 3rd Dante comes up a lot, and I end up just having to overlay it into like Zen Mains, which is awful and like does nothing. But I mean, I don't know. It's good. Like, there's a lot I changed about the extra deck. I probably had a 5th Shutall guy too. I don't know which one, but yeah. Side deck. 2 Cycle Readers, 2 Malevolent Catastrophe. This card's really good. but it's also like AIDS and awful at the same time. Like I don't know. Um, 2 chain appearance, 3 MST. I think this is too many, but whatever. Um, 2 Stormforth. I think is too little. I don't want to say that actually because we don't really run. We only run 2 Venus Fiends and 1 Caius, and then we have the 2 Beasts that we main. So I guess it's a good number, 5, and then 1 Mind Control. My matchups for the day. Okay, I played 6 Burning Abyss, and 1 Gravekeepers, which was like round 5 by the way, so it wasn't like the first round 1 free win. I played Burning Abyss then. 1 Shadal. I played Stefan the last round of the tournament, round 9, 2 at him. And then I lost to 1 Stellar Knight, round 2. I'm gonna say right now that game 1 took 27 minutes due to me having to read all my cards. That's entirely my fault, and I won that. Game 2, I think I bricked and lost or something, or I think I scooped it up because I knew it was really close to time and I didn't want to like tie it. Something happened. I can't remember. It was early in the tournament. I hate ties. And then game 3, I went first into like it was time, and I just through inexperience I would math bandit, and I opted to like bandit first and set like shadow games and stuff. I don't really know what I did. Like I opted to bandit and I left myself open for like a Deneb to swing for 15, and I was just never able to make up for that damage. Tyree told me after the duel I should have gone math and just walled up with that because the free damage would have been suppressed. And I was like, yeah, but I want to get bandit because I want to go going. And like any other duel that would have been like I think bandit would have been the correct play. I like math turn 2 against back row because you can always dragon or they can always like they're afraid of it, and like having a free bandit was always good. But I didn't play accordingly to time, and I lost to that 1500. But I definitely would not have lost that game. This deck has never come anywhere close to losing any of its matches. Like, the deck just wins. That was just me losing as a player. Round 2, I didn't know what I was doing. But I went into time a lot that tournament just because of the nature of the deck and the grind game that you play with it. Takes a long time. But I was able to hurry up and pick up the pace later on as I learned the deck and avoid that from happening to my disadvantage. So it was a really good tournament. And like I said, I beat through 6 Burning Abyss, which is like, oh my god, like I feel so bad. Like, it never came close. It's just unfair. And 1 Shuttle, which was by round 9, and I was looking forward to that matchup all day because I had like the Vanity's Fiends and the Caiuses, and like I never even touched that element in my side deck, and I played Stefan. And game 1 I just win because my decks was broken, and I only lost 1 game 1 of the entire day. I lost to game 1 to Burning Abyss because I opened 6 monsters and still almost won. But one of those was Dog, and Dog is pretty bad. And then I do it after that. I mean, game 2 and 3, and then so versus round 9 Stefan. Game 2, he like something happens where I know I signed up my tour guides for the Chadal matchup because all you can do with the tour guide is overlay. You don't want to do that ever. So I signed those out. But he had flipped up a rivalry. I think it's because I tried to math into Falco or something. I don't know. I think I still didn't know a lot. I don't know what I did, but he had a rivalry on the field, and 2 artifact guys. Like he had Sanctum, my math or something, and then he had Sanctum and another thing. He had 2 Sanctums and rivalry, and I was like, okay, I like Wing Blast on back row that wasn't like rivalry, pitching a Scarm. I searched Graph out. And then my turn, I special Graph, which is a Fiend, and I triggered it for Vanity's Fiend. Under Rivalry, it just wrote it, attacked both guys for turns, and just won the game off of that. You get 0 answers. So Rivalry is a pretty joke card against this deck if you're a good player. Or I guess against any deck at all. I don't know why you'd ever side that card. I think it's awful. And so we were talking. I was talking to Stefan and like everybody I beat, and like Tyree after the event. Tyree got 9th. He drew his last game, round 9. And it was pretty funny, but I mean, I'm sure he would have topped if he didn't draw. So he went like 7-1-1. I went 8-1. The event was crazy, and it was such a good. Maryland regionals are so good, so competitive. The issue with like, I feel like this deck's broken. Like every time I like opened a hand, I was like, "There's no way I can lose this duel." I've won so many duels with 6 monsters just because like what those monsters do are just unfair. And it's literally like, half the deck, I think I run 20-20 or like 22-18 or something like, I know I run like 11 traps or something. And so if I see 3 traps in my open, or 3 spell cards, spell or trap cards, 3 cards that aren't monsters in my opening 6 or even 5, which should statistically happen like 50% of the time. Because you know 5 cards, it's either going 3 of 1 monsters or 3 of spells or whatever. That's not actually true. It's kind of like a skewed statistic, but still, let's say that does happen. I should win every duel that I open 3 spell cards in or more. It's just not fair. It's only the ones where you open like all monsters that are still like kind of grindy, but you just set Hedgehog and get fusion and you just unbrick and win. And yeah, we were talking because like people didn't know what to side against me because they're like, how do I counter both decks? And I didn't know what to do either. Like there was not one card I was afraid to see. Like Stingy Dirge, I just laughed at because it did literally 0. Non-fusion area again did literally like 0. I really don't know what the answer is because like if you see one card that like if my bandit gets like changes appearance, it literally doesn't matter. I mean it kind of does suck, but I have like Chadals in my deck and like it's just irrelevant. I don't know. Like I don't have the answer to how to beat this deck. This deck's just stupid. It never came anywhere close to losing. Like my one loss was to me being an idiot in time, but like I would have won that duel. We were a full 40-minute duel by far. So I don't know. I don't want to brag, and I'm going to type more about this on Duelist Crown. So if you don't go to that site, you should. And I mean, you're probably on the site right now because that's the only place I'm linking it. And my article on there will be more in depth. I'm sorry this video took 11 minutes. That's very long. But thank you for watching. And this deck is just broken. Shout out to Tyree Tinsley for giving it to me. And Earther, go kill yourself. Thank you.